bricked up.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh my god. I think I'm. Oh. Holy. I'm tempted to hit it one more time though. I'll be honest.
It's like jumping.
Fucking...
It's like jumping into a pool.
Oh. My eyes are watering.
No, it's literally like jumping into a Clorox pool.
I smelled it as soon as I opened it. I smelled it, but
that hurt my brain.
Hurt.
No, it's like jumping into a pool when you're a kid and you don't close your nose and it just goes straight up into your brain.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than that. Ow.
One more time.
No.
Why?
No, I'm not doing that again. Fuck that.
Oh my god.
Why did you buy the one that says Atomic Rhino?
Because it sounded badass, bro.
Just got a better camera now.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're using it, actually.
It's a good setup, man. And after 14 episodes, I feel like it's finally starting to come together as legit
as fuck.
For sure.
It's like, it's budget, don't get me wrong, but like it's not that budget.
But I mean,
that shit's
sure. And if you take
like
yeah, that's pretty good.
You know what I mean?
If we look at like the majority of like, let's say, bros who have podcasts very similar to this, because I'm sure there's thousands.
They're using cell phones.
The other bricked up podcast.
Yeah, that don't fucking exist anymore, because we talked about that. We're like, you know what? We'll just wait it out, and we did. Guess what? They don't fucking exist anymore. They're still on there. Granted, that first video they have still has more views than we ever have, but they're not releasing anything.
Who cares?
I don't care.
We've done fine. We've done good. I wish I had been a part of this podcast more. I've tried to been a part of it as much as I can.
I mean, well, you have been.
Yeah.
As much as you can.
As much as I can, I've tried to.
So,
and I've already told the better half as well that while I have weekends off, I think we should go ahead and plan the next one.
Well, like I said,
why we're here is just so we can go ahead and get it on the books.
I still work every other weekend. So
that's why I said
it's going to be twice a month.
I think we should go ahead and at least plan.
Well, even on like the website, like our website where you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, it even actually says like we're bi-weekly. And then, obviously we don't make that all the time, because I think the last episode we had was like a month ago. Yeah. But fucking shit happens, and you guys ain't paying us shit, so fuck off. If you fucking enjoy watching this, just continue to watch it. If you don't, don't.
It's mostly bi-weekly.
But yeah, for sure. As long as our schedules line up, it's bi-weekly. I mean, if you didn't, I'm not trying to throw this on you, but if our schedule permitted, we would do it more than that sometimes. You know?
Oh, for sure.
But everybody here has a job.
If we all had a set schedule, I would love to do it weekly.
Yeah.
But, and maybe at some point in time, hey, let's fast forward 20 years. We're retired and...
Yeah, we'll do it every fucking day.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we did end up doing it like every week, maybe for a stint for like a month or something, because we knew that we weren't going to be able to do it or something like that. Yeah. Whatever. Just we're rolling with the punches. It is what it is. Like,
we've been doing... I'm pleased with it, though, because I'm trying to remember how long we had talked about starting it before we actually got it rolling.
I'd say between
was it a year or 2 years?
It was 2 years for sure.
At least 2 years? Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say between a year and 2 years, so probably around 2 years.
I know AJ said that, like, he remembers the notebook of us jotting down
I wish we
notes.
still had it.
AJ
fucking throws everything away.
I kept it for at least a year. And I threw it away after like a year. I was looking at it after a year. I was like, all right, I'm tossing it. But I remembered one thing was Animal Fight Club.
That was the top thing.
That was the main,
And that was going to be the name of the show.
Yeah, you're going to name it that.
Yeah.
Animal Fight Club,
Well, we couldn't because, every fucking name that you wanted to for a podcast is
taken,
bro.
You got to make it like 518B46X to not copy somebody else.
It's got to be like Elon Musk's son's fucking name. Like,
But it is what it is. I'm pleased with how far it's come. 14 episodes in right now.
Is this 14 or 15?
This is 14.
This one's
14.
14.
Okay.
Last episode was 13, and we missed the opportunity because it was 4th of July.
Yeah.
And we should have done the 13 episode for the 13 colonies and shit, but missed the opportunity. Thought about it later, and was just like, oh, damn it.
So, you guys enjoyed the wedding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
It was awesome.
I had so I spoke with...
It's a married man right here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess we'll just go straight into the intro.
Okay.
Guys, if you've never been here before, this is Breaked Up. My name's Elisha. This is AJ. He's always here. We've been here since day one. No shade to Keaton, but welcome back, buddy. He's
been here from the beginning, and I try to get here as much as I can.
Yeah, he's the one that laid the groundwork for the podcast. It's
a team effort.
It was a team effort between all of us, really.
Yes, everybody.
But so you were just speaking of. I know the last time you were here, if the people that do listen remember, we were saying how the next time you're going to be on here,
I was going to be a married man.
Ball and chain.
Ball and chain. that was the exact words used. So it's official. So I got the. So I went with the rubber.
Yeah.
Just because of my lifestyle, the things I do.
Gotta be safe. Put a rubber on.
Yeah, always be safe. So the things I do, I just felt that rubber was the better option, just because I.
Well, of course.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu.
No,
porn.
I was talking about I was trying to make a joke about rubber for safety, but no, literally rubber for safety, because if you have a fucking metal band, dude, have you seen what they call it, degloving?
I've seen what they do.
Degloving, when they your skin pulls off your fucking finger.
$8.
That's facts.
Cheaper than a Qdoba burrito.
You could literally throw that thing away right now. We could fucking burn it now.
Doesn't matter. Get a new one. But
do you have a hard ring, and that's just
what
you wear?
I don't.
You don't even have one.
Nope. This is all I got, and that's all I'm ever gonna have. And if it breaks, she'll give me a new one.
Well, I mean, the
honestly,
purpose is
bro,
all you need, really.
With you being a tattoo guy, I was thinking you
that's
might have gotten
already
a tattoo,
known
bro.
this.
I was thinking you might have gotten it though. Why not?
Yeah.
That's true commitment right there.
Yeah.
Dude, the fucking laser.
But what if?
But the laser. But the fucking laser removal is so cheap now. Like, it's not even that bad.
It doesn't look as good.
And it's not a big. It
looks
tattoo.
dumb. It looks stupid.
You think it looks trashy?
I think it looks trashy. I think it's cliche.
I'm gonna have to go with AJ on this one. I think it looks bad.
You could have got the tribal on the finger, bro. Come on.
Maybe I just get a. What are the? Obviously, it's not hentai, but what's the fucking
the henna tat?
Henna. The henna
tattoos. Those things are so. Dude, those
for
things
your ring and just keep getting those.
Yeah. Those things are so dangerous. Do you know that? The henna tats?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
know
because
Rose actually would give that to people, like a shit ton of people.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying what she did wasn't safe. I'm just saying that.
No, I'm saying I didn't know.
Just like with regular tattoos, there's really no true. They have no true system of regulating it, So that ink that you're buying for a henna tat, specifically at a tourist location, 9 times out of 10, it's probably straight out of China with some fucking bullshit mixed in, and they're just painting it on your body.
Yep.
And obviously you could have an allergic reaction, but you have no idea what's in that ink. Okay, I've seen people online that have really bad reactions to it, so. It's dangerous in that sense.
Okay, all right. I thought you were saying something long term.
I mean, potentially. I mean, if you fucking, put a chemical on your skin, it could be a long term. It could burn your skin or anything.
Yeah.
They got the disappearing tattoos now, like the disappearing ink. They
also have the glow in the dark ones.
You're thinking Star Wars for that one, aren't you?
I'm thinking if I could get one that was potentially invisible, not in the dark, I'd get my both legs done, just a full outer space, galactic spaceship battle. Just the whole piece, just all one piece, just one
Glow in the dark?
just glow in the dark, one huge battle.
But you can't see it during the.
But you can't see it during the day.
You mean like the UV?
I was
Thinking
thinking.
because she doesn't want. She's like, I want you to have one full sleeve and that's it. She doesn't want anything else. So, you know,
You should fill out your sleeve with UV. That'd be sick.
No, what I was thinking was
Yeah, you're thinking about it, bro.
A Star Wars battle,
Just highlights though. You know.
where you see everything, but when it's night, the lightsabers are what glows.
Oh snap!
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But you've got the Death Star, right?
I already have a Death Star. I got a TIE fighter. I got
You
some
could highlight-
Japanese. I got a little bit of everything.
You could highlight all that
some
stuff.
Naruto stuff.
There you
You
go.
could highlight all that stuff with the
In
UV.
the guide.
Yeah.
It'd be sick. I mean, granted, you would never see it unless you want to go play laser tag or something, but like, it would still be cool.
That would.
You know what I mean?
What a conversation starter, right?
It fucking looks sick, bro. You imagine how fucking scary you would look to those little kids, bro, at laser tag. And they're
Yeah.
like, this dude's fucking glowing, bro. Like, hit his fucking power up, bro.
So what I was getting at originally was when I was talking about the better half.
Yeah.
She's asleep right now, but the difference in our pre-wedding ceremony day, so wedding day, and how her day differed from mine. So just very briefly, this will take 1 minute. Her day was, she got to my parents' house, the venue, super early, like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like early. She had to wake up early. Her bridesmaids had to be there. The hair lady had to be there. The makeup lady had to be there. The photographer had to be there. There were like specific pictures they all had to take, whatever. And here I am waking up at 11 a.m. having my best man come and pick me up. He's hungover.
Yeah.
We drive and we get a pack of cigarettes and a couple scratch offs. Go fill up a couple buckets of ice for the beers for the reception, and then we get to the house, the venue, and we proceed to play video games for 4 hours.
I remember. Yeah,
And
I
ping
forgot.
pong.
Yeah.
What did I forget? The controllers or
Yeah,
something.
and
Yes,
AJ
bro.
forgets some
I
controllers.
did
brought like a
that
Nintendo Switch to
literally-
play Mario Kart. And
so-
I had to drive back and get it.
So the day before we did the
I have
reception,
to get these. I
or
have
not, what's it called? The rehearsal.
The rehearsal
We did the
dinner.
rehearsal dinner. We did all the rehearsal
Right.
stuff. All of it. By the way, we were all there. Me and AJ.
Yeah,
we're
all
both
three
in
of
the
us were
wedding.
there.
We're in the wedding.
Yes.
So after the rehearsal, we actually went over to his house, and one of our other buddies, Scott, who's been on the podcast now twice, right?
About twice, I think.
I think so. And he's been on there twice. And he came over, actually, right after the rehearsal dinner, and we did a podcast. I got fucking blitzed.
Oh yeah, that's
Me
right,
and
we
Scott
did
both
that.
did. And
Yeah.
then I just got up. I think I drank like 2 Pedialytes and a fucking Monster Energy drink, and then we
Nice.
just showed up, bro.
Dude, you gotta go with those Powerade Zeros.
They're good.
Dude,
Like I said, I had one the other
hitters.
day. I had one on
Hitters.
Sunday.
Hitters.
I went down to fucking Knoxville, grabbed a fucking Mega Millions ticket, and while I was buying a Mega Millions ticket, I bought one of those fucking bastards.
I actually won like $5, which in turn
I
was
haven't
used
even
for a pack of smokes. So I broke even. You know what I mean?
I haven't even checked mine. I know I didn't win. I checked enough to see if I won, but I
Yeah.
didn't check to see like if I'd made like
$5.
$5 or something.
Yeah.
So it's just still sitting in my truck. But can you believe the Mega Millions is so fucking high now? It's like have you looked at it?
Is that a lottery thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, okay.
It's $1.2 billion now. So if you win, you get $1.2 billion, and if you cash out, like immediately where it's taxed and whatever, you get like $600 million.
Not the move. Not the move.
No, it's definitely
You definitely
the move.
want the yearly salary from it.
No, dude, I want the cash straight up.
Dude, you pay off the tax, you get so much
Who cares?
more
You
money.
got $600 million.
Yeah, but versus 900
It'd be
million over a
different.
couple
It'd be
years?
different if you won the lottery and it was $1 million. That I agree on. You win the lottery and it's $1 billion. You're getting $600 million
Fair enough.
within a year.
Fair enough. That's true. At that point, who cares?
Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
That's too much money to spend in fucking.
Yeah, especially
know.
living where we live. so.
Yeah, like that's more money than you would, like realistically, without going fucking insane. That's more money than you would spend in fucking 5 lifetimes.
Yeah.
So
for
like,
sure.
fuck it. Who fucking cares? I'd rather have it now than wait. And then at the end of the day, you're probably still not going to see that full $1 billion because they're gonna do some fuckery, bro. There's no way they don't. Plus, with the inflation, bro, jeez, dude, like I'd rather have the money right now than try to figure out what the inflation on the dollar bill is gonna be. What's the inflation gonna look like for $1 billion in 40 years?
You know, I hate to say it because it kills my pride. Who won over, I believe, not exact, in the ballpark of 4.2 million in the lottery. Okay.
Is she single?
No, this is male.
Is he single?
Married.
Uh,
Married. Now divorced.
He lost it.
Blew
Single.
it all.
Single.
Blew it all.
Ah.
Lives in a trailer park.
Oh, good lord.
How now? Listen, I'm obviously not naming any names here, but how do you take $4.2 million and waste it and not like? If somebody gave me $1 million, I could
at least a little bit.
If
Crystal
somebody gave me $1
methamphetamine.
million, my lifestyle would not change at all. That would go straight into
If it was 1 million, yeah.
investing. Right now, if I got $100 million, it changes things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Baller mode.
I'm balling out a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure. So, but let's kick this off. Where we at?
We got a couple of questions here. But actually, before we do that,
Oh dear.
we have a little bit of some secret sauce here. I don't know if you guys know what this is. It's actually ammonia salts. And for a little bit of background on this, what this stuff is used for traditionally was for when people would pass out and you needed a way to wake them back up. But it's been real big in like the hockey community, weightlifting community,
Powerlifting,
bodybuilding, football, all kinds of
fighting.
all kinds of physical contact sports where it really amps up people. It's specifically nowadays, I feel like it's more towards powerlifting, to where they will smell the smelling salts or ammonia salts, and it will give them a giant rush. Not necessarily like, not like cocaine or something, but more or less like a fight or flight scenario.
And just to be clear, we're not actually inhaling anything other than fumes. It's not like a powdery substance that we're sniffing.
No. It's all it is just nothing is going inside of our noses besides.
No, it's just a scent.
Yeah, literally just a smell.
A scent is
Like-
a nice word
Like
for it.
like if you fucking had cologne on and somebody walked past you and you were like, "Oh, that smells good." That's what we're about to do. Okay, instructions. Well, no need to shake, even though I just shook the fuck out of it.
Who's going first?
Oh, I'll do it. I'm the one that brought it.
Okay.
All right.
I'll do it based on his reaction.
Why? No,
Okay,
you're
I'll-
doing it.
I'll go last. I usually go first, but fuck it.
We stand by our product 100%. If you do not get the effect, they will refund entirely. Oh my lord.
He's next.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Woo.
Oh my god. I think I'm. Oh. Holy. I'm tempted to hit it one more time, though. I'll be honest.
Oh,
It's like
God.
it's like
I'm
jumping.
fucking-
It's like jumping into a pool.
Oh,
Oh,
my eyes are
Fuck.
watering.
No, it's literally like jumping into a Clorox
I
pool.
smelled it as soon as I opened it. I smelled it, but
that dude, that hurt my brain.
hurt.
No, it's like jumping into a pool when you're a kid and you don't close your nose and it just goes straight up into your brain.
Yeah, it's a lot worse than that. Ow.
One more time.
No.
Why?
No, I'm not doing that again. Fuck that.
Oh my god.
Why did you buy the one that says Atomic Rhino?
Because it sounded badass, bro. I wanted the ultimate effect, bro.
Oh my god, dude. That's not what I expected.
Oh my god.
Atomic Rhino?
Oh my god. Dude, that was rough.
Weird.
That hurt my nose, dude. Fuck.
Oh my god. Bro, the only thing...
God. At least it's
Dude,
quick.
the only thing I can compare that to is about...
Jumping into a pool with a bunch of fucking chlorine going.
Well,
down.
about my personal experience, so it was about 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh my God.
My cousin and I...
That was not fun.
I didn't expect it to be.
I didn't expect it to be like that. I expect it to be like a fucking hard pre-workout where like you get a little
like it's a
tingling.
rush.
Not like a ow.
Yeah, no.
I didn't expect to get punched in the face.
Guess I was more prepared because I planned for that.
No, I knew.
Okay.
Fucking... I was going to say
Like
the only
gas
thing...
chamber all over again.
Yeah.
Except, yeah.
The only thing that I could have compared that to in my personal life was about 3 or 4 months ago. Me and my cousin were working on his RV.
I'm sober now.
Yeah, that fucking set you straight, bro.
Okay.
Me and my cousin, we were working on his. Me and my cousin were working on his RV at his house.
Cousin and I.
My cousin and I were working on. My cousin and I were working on his RV at his house, and his refrigerator went out, and it's an old ass RV. It's like one of those RVs that's like, you know, the 70s style, like where you like literally you're like a truck in the back of it is like an RV. Yeah. And we went in there, and his fucking refrigerator went out in there, and he had to remove it. I didn't know this. He didn't know this either. We should have known. There was a bunch of lines, and he just got a fucking hacksaw and just fucking or a sawzall, fucking cut the lines. We're standing right there inside of this enclosed fucking RV. Cut them. Apparently, the coolant for those refrigerators is pure ammonia, and we fucking it was like. And it just fucking spilled all over the floor. And we're sitting there like literally like it was mustard gas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like this, but pouring into the fucking floor. And we were just like, we ran out of there. And we're like, holy shit.
Dude, you could have died.
Yeah, probably. I also probably got cancer from it, if we're being real.
Surprised
Dude,
you
I
didn't
could-
die from that. Like, I've heard
But-
of ammonia leaks, and that you should have died from that.
Well, we were standing there, and it just fucking poured out the bottom. It was green as hell, and we're just like, "Huh, what's that?" And we just fucking jumped out.
The
We
reaction
fucking
was
ran
that-
away. We just fucking, and then we jumped out, started coughing like crazy, like, "Oh my God." And it was like 5-10 minutes later before we actually started talking to each other. We're like, holy shit. We're like, that was terrible. He's like, yeah. He's like, I was like, well, we still got to get this thing out of here.
Get a
so
fucking gas. Don't even
we
get a
didn't- we
gas
didn't.
mask.
We
Get
just-
a fucking hazmat suit.
we're just like, all right. I was like, get a couple really good breaths. Hold your breath. We're like,
I can't stop sneezing.
we just, and then we just held our breath, ran in there.
I literally, that's 5.
We ran in there, right? Grabbed the refrigerator, tried to get out to the door. When we tried to pull out the door, it was too big. So we fucking had to push it back in, come back out, start breathing fresh oxygen again.
Let me laugh.
Yeah. Breathing fresh oxygen again, and
Fucking
so
gas mask, bro.
so then we had the sawzall, and we figured out. Bless
Dude,
you.
that's 6.
Bless you. We went back in there. We figured out what was preventing it from coming out of the door, which was in turn.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to sneeze. I'm trying to keep it together.
Sorry,
You look
if anybody's-
over, his eyes are
if-
just like-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know this is.
I think I gotta. First of all, that shit went up one nostril, not 2.
Let me
Went
get one-
up
let me
this
get another
one,
hit.
Mine went up
and
my
all
right
of it
one.
went straight up.
Hit it again, bro. Me and my cousin,
Cold in my brain.
my cousin and I. Sorry to the listeners because I'm rambling like hell. But essentially, we tried to go in there and we cut the lines off of this refrigerator, and all the refrigerant spilled straight into the floor, and it was pure ammonia mixed with probably something else. Because, like I said, it's a freaking RV from like the 70s or like 60s or 70s, so there's probably who knows what in there.
Yeah.
And we were breathing that in. We're like, holy shit. And we fucking ran out, and we were coughing for like 5-10 minutes. And after we finally caught our breath, we were like, okay, well, fuck, we still got to get this thing out of here because, like, it's leaking this shit. Like, we're not just going to let it stay in there. So we took a bunch of...
windows?
No. There's just the door that we ran out of. And when we ran out the door... Or anyway, so we go back in, and there's the refrigerator there, and we're like, okay, just breathe in a bunch, hold your breath, and we're going to go in here, and we're going to grab it and come out. So we go in and we grab the refrigerator.
Or just call a hazmat team. Don't go back in, man. Fuck.
It was fine, but
Okay.
I'm still here. Don't be a pussy.
You're lucky
No,
that you're
pussy,
still
bro.
here.
Don't be a bitch, dude.
But we...
Yeah, take another sniff.
Yeah.
Doing that in the morning, by the way, but go ahead.
we tried to get it and grab it and hold our breath, grab it, come out the door with it. And when we came out the door with it, it was being blocked. It was too big for the door frame. We're like, shit, and we can't breathe because we're literally holding our breath. And so we're like, fuck. We run it back in, and we fucking run outside, start fucking breathing again, whatever. And we're like, fuck, what do we need to do? And I was like, we need to go grab the refrigerator, bring it over to the door, and cut the lines clean off the back of the refrigerator. That's the only way we're getting out of there. And long story short, we went back in and pulled it over there and had to cut that shit off. And it was like this, like how bad this is, times 10. Like, this is terrible, but like, it's not just through your nose. It was like through your mouth, through your nose, through everything. Like,
Welcome to the gas chamber.
I don't understand how you survive. The difference is the gas chamber, that material is supposed to hurt but not kill you. That, or ammonia. Am I getting it mixed up with something else? Ammonia? Like ammonia?
Ammonia.
Yeah, that shit kills you. That can kill
No,
you.
you're thinking of mustard gas. Mustard gas will kill
Ammonia
you.
is not going to kill you.
No, ammonia's in your pee.
Yeah. You're not going to document that.
That's probably what this is actually synthesized from. If I had to guess, is straight piss.
What am I thinking of? Ammonia.
If you mix ammonia and chlorine together, it will create mustard gas and it'll kill you.
I think I'm thinking of chlorine gas.
Yeah,
I think I'm thinking of chlorine gas kills you.
Yes, it will kill you.
I'm thinking of chlorine gas. Anyways, sorry.
So no, I wouldn't say we were safe.
Anyways, shit's, well,
Still potent as fuck.
I don't want to say it sucks because I feel like its purpose is to do that.
Well, if you like put it a little bit farther away from your nose,
Like
probably
instead
okay.
of holding it here,
Yeah,
and
well,
I held it here.
that's the reason I hit it the second time, because the first time I feel like I was a little bit,
hesitant.
a little bit too far. So
I fucking went
felt-
straight in. Bro.
I went
Yeah,
straight in.
and
That's
that's
why I
why-
sneezed 6 times.
Yeah, that's why after you kept sneezing, I was like, all right, what? All right. I felt like a bitch. I was like, you both did it twice,
Yeah.
and I felt like I was too far away. I was like, I got to
He
do it
didn't
again.
do it twice.
I didn't do it twice. I did it once, but I did it close.
Yeah.
Well, that's the second time I did it closer.
I think where I was in that fucking
Gonna blow
RV.
my nose.
I think when I was in that RV, I think it like burned out my ammonia receptors. You feel me? So like it wasn't that bad. Like I was.
Chlorine.
This still wasn't as bad. This still
I
was
get it
not
mixed
as
up
bad
with
as the
chlor-
RV.
Well, that's probably why I get it mixed up with chlorine gas, because smelling that, I stand by what I said. It does feel like when you're a kid and you jump in a pool and all the water goes up your nose. It feels like that. Worse, but it feels like
10
that.
times worse.
Right. But the same feeling.
I get what you're saying.
I haven't had that feeling.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I haven't had that
Yeah.
feeling since I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's what that feeling
When
is.
you
It's
jump
just
in
worse.
and you don't hold your nose or you don't breathe out of your nose.
By
the way-
The water
by
goes
the way,
straight
that
up your
is
fucking
potent.
dome.
And it
piece.
goes
So that brain is
right up.
potent.
Yeah,
right
it's
up there.
it's the atomic red line rhino.
Yeah, the atomic rhino. I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, well, this is
Feel-
clearly for people like us is what this is
I
made
mean,
for.
let me let my dog smell it.
No chance.
Oh my god, dude!
No chance,
I
bro.
wouldn't do that to my dog
No.
because I love my dog. I'm not
That
going to do that to her.
would
But
be
if you-
such
if you
a good
did that-
idea
if
for
you-
a dog that you
if there was,
She would
if you
freak out.
I was gonna
It's a bad
say, if
idea,
a
never
dog
mind.
smelled this, they would fucking go berserk.
Well, look at the warnings, because I feel like there should be a warning there with dog. Because I mean, dog.
I don't
noses.
think I don't think there's any lasting effects though.
It's just
Please
really
use extreme
cool.
caution and do not open it in confined spaces. That means no cars. Oh, warning. Smelling salts release ammonia gas. Keep away from children. Do not ingest. Keep
I'm doing
away,
that shit, Christopher.
out of eyes. If accidentally ingested, please call poison control.
I guarantee you, they just didn't think about it, and that's probably something you shouldn't open around your dog.
What we got? What's on the list, brother?
It says here that you shouldn't use this to wake somebody up from like being unconscious, but it's probably just because
That's what
they
it was
don't
made
want.
for.
It is what it's made for. They just put that on here so they're not like liable. So if like somebody passes out, like, I couldn't wake them up because of the fucking ammonia
Yeah.
assault.
Literally, why that's a thing is women who passed out in the 1800s.
I want to try it again, low key.
You like that cup, AJ? It's
I
clutching it.
I think it's awesome how it fits barely but perfectly into this.
It feels almost natural. It feels more natural in my hand than a cup does.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in Game of Thrones.
Well, it's bent to the hand.
All right, guys, we're back. We had to do a little bit of a mandatory break there. That ammonia salt was.
It was no joke.
It was no joke. It was rough.
We'd
What
at
I-
least blow
what I-
our nose.
Yeah, would I recommend it? Absolutely. If you're into
It does
getting
its
your
job.
if you're into getting your face blown off by chemicals, go for it. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not sure if I would want to power lift after I did that. But
No,
It's not really it's not like pre-workout makes more sense.
I would be careful about the distance you sniff it.
yeah.
Well, that, yeah.
If you want to try this, start further away.
Yeah.
Not what we did. To
Main
the
line
face.
to the face.
Not cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a line you're breaking up on a mirror.
But anyway, so we have our first topic for the day, and the first topic is it's not really a marry, fuck, kill, but more or less out of these three actors,
Denzel
classic
Washington.
actors,
It's going to be an eliminate one and all their movies.
and all their movies.
So we're going
shows,
to name 3 actors, and you are going to pick the actor of the 3 that you would be okay with losing them and all their movies from history.
from history, and they're all down bros too.
Yes,
is
and
the
they're all
hardest
good.
part.
They're all
good
good
as hell.
They're all good.
So
Yeah,
go ahead, AJ.
Denzel Washington, Leo
Classic.
DiCaprio, and
Classic.
Brad Pitt. And in my personal opinion, I would either say Denzel Washington or Brad Pitt. I would have to go with Denzel. Denzel, I love you, but if I have to pick between the 3, I'm going to lose you and all your movies.
I love you too, Denzel. I would love to rep Remember the Titans and Training Day. I think those are 2 of his best of all time. Honestly, throw in the Equalizer maybe. But I love him. It's nothing against him.
I'd say Safe House is one of his best.
So okay, so AJ,
Unpopular
AJ,
opinion.
your opinion was get rid of Denzel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, respectfully, I understand that we have to make our decisions. We have to make our, it's not an easy decision, but like you just said, man, off the rip, Remember the Titans. I can't get rid of Remember the Titans to save my life,
you can't
bro.
forget.
To save my life, you can't forget Remember the Titans. It's such a classic movie. The cultural impact that movie had, bro. Major cultural impact. Just,
impact.
like with
Everything.
helping. I mean, honestly, just helping like race relations or whatever. Like it's such an American history story.
Iconic.
Iconic as hell.
I'm still not convinced against Brad Pitt as opposed to Denzel.
I was gonna say,
Denzel is amazing.
Well, I can tell you
And-
2 movies right now that'll fix your opinion. Fight
and-
Club, Troy.
And I was going
Both
there.
good.
I was getting to
Both
that point.
great.
I was getting to that point where I love Leo and I love Brad Pitt. And honestly, if we're talking about all 3, Brad Pitt is the weakest of the actors of all three. If we're being honest, he's the weakest actor of all three.
Honestly, I kind of agree.
He's the weakest
Like,
actor
he's not
of
that,
all three.
He's not bad.
But
There's so many other good actors in those movies.
Iconic
that
his
make them
movies
so
are.
good. Yeah.
Really, it's the same
But-
thing with Denzel Washington. Like, I love Denzel Washington. You know, Equalizer, Training Day, Remember the Titans, of course. You know, like, those solidify him in my rankings just because of how iconic those movies are. Same exact thing with Brad Pitt. Troy and Fight Club. Those two are very iconic.
What's the question? You're getting rid of the actor
one.
and the movies.
Yes. So, for me, Leonardo DiCaprio has great movies. You know, he has, The Revenant, obviously Titanic, The Giant, the biggest, the most successful movie out of all of those movies.
And I wouldn't even say that's the most, but like I'm just thinking how I'm going to continue your list.
Yeah.
All right,
The
you know what?
Departed.
The Departed is so good.
Catch Me If You Can.
Not
Oh,
as good
damn,
as The
no.
Departed.
That's
Shutter
good.
Island.
Yeah. Wait. Which actor are you talking about?
Leonardo
fuck.
DiCaprio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
no, I'm
fuck.
not... Dude,
Wolf of Wall
Leo's
Street?
not...
Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh,
Oh
he's
my
staying.
God.
Leo's staying. That's an easy one for me.
Can
Leo
we all
is
agree
not
unanimously
going.
Leo is number one?
Oh,
of the three?
absolutely.
I
I was
agree.
thinking Leo's
Leo's
the
number
first
one.
one to get cut.
No, bro.
He's last.
Dude,
He's number
Leo
one.
is elastic. He's staying.
Leo's
He
number
is.
one.
Leo
He's
is
number
staying.
one. Hard.
Easy.
Hard number one.
Easy.
Not even breakable.
Not...
Brad Pitt.
Agreed. I was stuck between
I mean,
Brad...
I forgot about the movies that he had.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. I was stuck between Brad Pitt and Denzel, but now...
Inception, bro.
God, that's a
Now
great
that
movie.
I'm-
He
That's like
doesn't
one of my favorite
stop.
movies ever, honestly.
Dude, Leo doesn't stop.
Like,
Now-
it's not a great movie, but it's one of my favorites.
Django,
It's fire.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Okay,
Right?
so...
Leo is number one for sure.
He's not the reason why that movie's that good, though.
No.
It's
But
Jamie
he
Foxx.
helps.
True.
It's Jamie Foxx.
He helps.
Absolutely. Agreed.
For sure.
But
He's the
still,
main
He's
protagonist.
the strongest supporting role.
You
Yeah.
mean antagonist.
Antagonist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Leo, I agree, is staying. But I originally said Brad Pitt had to go and that... or the opposite. Denzel had to go and I was keeping Brad Pitt and Leo. Leo's staying, but I might be changing my mind and I might be going with Brad Pitt.
Can I say something really fast?
Sure.
Can we all, this will save a little bit of time, can we all unanimously agree that Leo's number one? Is that a fair statement?
You and me already agreed.
I'm not sure about it.
He...
I'm not sure
It's
about
fine. If he's not sure,
it.
he's
Because
not
of
sure.
Remember the Titans is such a good movie. Like, literally, that's the only redeeming thing
Where
that
I was
keeps...
going was, I was going to, because I was back and forth also between Denzel and Brad Pitt, and I was going to compare the top two of each of them.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Brad Pitt, I'm going to go ahead and say his top two,
Okay.
in my opinion, Troy Fight Club.
Fight Club's number one.
Denzel, I'm going to go and say Remember the Titans
Number one.
and
I was going to actually...
Training
so,
Day.
Training Day.
Training Day.
the
Yeah.
main ones I was going to say is going to be nowhere near what everyone else was going to say. I was going to say Safe House and Flight. Both...
Flight, where he's just it's based off a true story, right? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
a drunk-ass motherfucker that flies a plane.
Amazing acting, amazing movie. Safe
I'm
House...
going to disagree on both accounts. I think it was a shitty movie. and
Troy was
waste
a
of my time.
great movie. I enjoyed watching it,
Great.
but honestly, I might get rid of Brad Pitt.
You hadn't even seen Training Day up until, like, a year and a half ago.
True, but I watched it. Great movie.
And then you told me it wasn't that great. You were like, "Oh, it's overrated."
No, okay, all right. Those are two different things. I loved the movie, but everyone loves the movie. Overrated doesn't mean I don't think it's great. It's a great movie, but that's not one of the two movies I said. I said Safe House and Flight.
See, I honestly...
Training Day is in addition to that.
Safe House doesn't even hold a hand to Training
Have you
Day.
even seen Safe House?
I've seen Safe House like 5 times.
How is that not
It's
such
not
a
even
great...
close to Training Day.
Oh,
Training Day is a classic.
it is a classic, but Safe House is so much better.
I think most people would disagree, but I
I agree.
respect
Most
your opinion.
people would disagree.
I respect your opinion. I think maybe the only
I
way that I
agree
could really
that
make a
most people-
true decision here, you may be right. I think Leo may be the number one contender here.
Definitely
there's
sure.
no- I
I
think
He's
agree.
got his
No
discography.
diff, Leo wins.
His
Leo
discography is way too vast, and the movies that he's in are way too much of
Revenant.
bangers.
too.
He's
Um,
too good.
You mentioned that.
Yeah,
earlier.
The Revenant's a banger. Like those are all bangers. I think if we really had to make a decision, we had to do the best top two versus
Leo
the
has
best top
the
two.
most
So
good movies.
Okay, what could you live without more, Fight Club or Remember the Titans? I think
I'm not
I could
a
live.
sports guy.
I think I could live more without Fight
It's
Club.
not about sports, dude.
As much as I love
Remember
Fight
the
Club,
Titans is not about sports.
It's
No.
been over a decade since the last time I've seen it.
if you think Remember the Titans
So
is
I
about
can't
sports,
say.
you need to rewatch it.
Kind
bro.
of like if you think Fight Club is about fighting, you need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch both of them, bro.
I think it depends who you are as a person. I
I-
think it depends what you need. in
It's
your
been a
life.
long time since.
As much as
it
I
has been years. Since
I
initially-
I've
think
seen
if
either.
you're more of a degenerate who's looking for a kick in the fucking ass, you need to watch Fight Club. I think if you're a generally already a good person and want a feel good movie, you need to watch Remember the Titans. And I think there's more degenerates out there like myself, so I'm gonna go Fight Club. I'm gonna go.
I strangely enough, I get what you mean because I kind of remember both. But again, it's been years since I've seen either of them.
I'll put it this way. For me personally, I love Fight Club. I love Troy. I think
Troy's awesome.
Troy's probably the one I've
And
seen.
I
the
don't-
most
Troy's the
I-
greatest war.
I'll put it this way.
One of the greatest.
if
war
you
movies I've
put
ever
it
seen.
the top two, so their top two is Fight Club,
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
the
I'll
Titans.
agree.
The second, okay, so the first category for me, Remember the Titans wins. Second category, second best movie of them, Troy and Training Day.
both. Great.
Troy is an amazing movie. The cinematography on that movie is awesome. It's just the whole entire thing is amazing. I love all that old shit as well. But I think Training Day is more applicable to modern day shit. And I don't know what the exact word is, but I
relate to.
relate to it way more. So I think both Remember the Titans and Training Day, I relate to both of them more. I'm killing Brad Pitt. As much as I wanted to say initially, killing Leo.
You know what's funny?
But you guys have swayed my opinion. He's definitely number one, and Denzel is second. I think it has to be that way for me, personally.
Okay.
Between Training Day and Troy and Remember the Titans, I think Troy has more pull than all of them, and I'm still killing Brad Pitt.
So let's recap. AJ, who's your number one?
Leo,
Leo's your number one. Who's your number two?
Denzel,
And then Brad. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Brad.
Elijah?
I agree. The exact same thing.
Same.
Exact
Okay.
same.
for different movies, but
I'm going
still
to
agree.
continue the trend of Leo's number one,
Huh.
but I'm going to argue that Brad Pitt is my number two, only because
He's banging Angelina Jolie and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
you can't forget Mr. and Mrs. Smith. either.
Come on.
You can't forget the Ocean's movies.
Those
They
were
were good as
good. They
fuck,
were good.
too.
They were good.
So you can't forget that him.
they were good.
I mean, where I'm at as a person and where I was at as a person when I watched those movies,
Yeah. Or at least
I
some of them.
related more to Troy and Fight Club more than I did Training Day and Remember the Titans. So I'm gonna have to go the same as you guys, except I'm flip flopping 2 and 3, and I'm going
Killing Denzel.
Leo number 1, Brad number 2, Denzel number 3.
Fair enough.
Click it, end. Fair enough.
See, it's so weird how the reasons we make our decisions based on different movies. Because, like, Remember the Titans, it's been so long. I all I remember is sports. I don't remember the movie at all, really.
About culture, dude. About culture.
Yeah. Water.
Well, and
Makes you
then
weak.
Fight Club, it's only been a few years. Like, I've seen Fight Club.
Fight Club's for intelligent people.
A
If
few-
you don't like Fight Club, I can probably
No,
tell you
I
just not
love.
an intelligent
First
person.
of all,
I mean, Fight Club can be for intelligent people, and it can be for fucking stupid people.
First of
too.
all, I loved Fight Club. Second of all, I've seen it multiple times. One of them was only a few years ago, and I mean, it was good, but based on all the other movies I'm going off of, like, for example, 2 movies. The main 2 from Denzel Washington is one of the most famous actors of all time, and the main 2 movies that I used as examples are nowhere near his most famous movies. He's famous for all these movies, but if I had to pick 2 movies that Denzel really moved me with his acting, it was 2: Safe House and Flight, for 2 reasons. One, in Safe House, he played this, strangely enough, a terrorist, but he explained his reasonings and all that, and it's really hard to explain. You just got to watch the movie. And then Flight, also a drunk who flew a plane, and he essentially was the defendant for a case involving dozens of deaths. And his acting is the reason I chose him. His acting is amazing in those.
Fair enough.
Leo was an easy one, though. Leo is the easy, better movies, better acting, better everything.
I think Leo takes it strictly because he's got too many good movies. Yeah. When I say good, I have a high expectation for
acting
good movies.
and movies both.
I don't think exactly what I just said.
He's
acting
just too good.
in the movie.
I don't think
too many. He's got too many of them.
I was gonna say I don't think that the movies that he's in hit me as hard as either of the best movies from Denzel or Brad Pitt. But the sheer quantity of how many movies he has that are great,
you try to list them all, you can't get rid of them.
So here's what I would say. I would say the Denzel and the Brad Pitt movies we named, Troy, Fight Club, Remember the Titans, Training Day, 10s. But I would say Leo has 9s out the ass.
He's definitely hitting on hella 8s.
He's got so many more 8 or 9s.
Yeah, he's hitting on the hella 8s for sure. Whereas, Denzel and Brad Pitt both have some straight 10s, but
a lot of 6s.
Working with the 6s, 7s. Yeah. So you got to average it out.
You got to go consistency.
Yeah.
You got to go. Let's go points over average though. If we're going, if we're doing stats, Leo wins. If we're going stats, Leo wins.
You know what?
Money, Leo wins.
I would argue he has a lot of 9s too. Like, it's not just
Leo does have a lot of 9s too.
Yeah. Leo
He's
not just
10s.
having like a whole bunch of average. No, he's got some really fucking bangers.
Honestly,
too.
I think some of the 9s you guys think
Wolf
are 10s.
of Wall Street.
I think
bro.
a 10. I think Wolf of Wall Street is a 10.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street, I'd say 10. Fucking.
I think Departed 10.
I
think Departed 10.
You can't put it as
I don't care.
10. You can't put it as a 10 because if you compare it to fucking Fight Club or Troy,
fine, 9 still.
Yeah, like if you're putting those at 10s, you can't put that.
Dude,
at
even
10.
Titanic.
Wolf of Wall
I know
Street is
you're
awesome.
you're gonna judge me for it.
Titanic
Titanic slaps, bro.
Titanic's a 10.
Titanic slaps.
But the thing is that
James
DiCaprio. Yeah, but DiCaprio doesn't have
Shutter Island.
many 10s though.
And I didn't even like.
No, but
dude,
he's got so many.
I didn't even like Inception.
Titanic has a 10 though.
Yeah,
Great Gatsby's good. Inception.
Never even saw it, dude.
I did not like Inception. Great Gatsby was great though.
Dude, look at the fucking cast of Inception. You got fucking Hardy too in there.
Oh yeah, the cast was great.
What's
the
that
movie.
Guy's name?
Maybe I'm just an idiot, but
dude, you got Katsumoto in Inception.
I recognized him too. I saw him. I recognized him.
Yeah, dude, you can't say that
I watched
Inception's
the movie
not at least an 8.
3 or 4 times.
It's at least an 8.
I understood it by the 3rd or 4th time, kind of.
Dude, it's all it is.
Well, doesn't that make it a good movie though?
Within dreams. That's all it is. It's levels of dreams.
Yeah, but does that make it like it needs more structure? Is what is the framework? It needs more framework.
I mean, I think it might be a cop out, but I think that's
Shutter Island.
I think that's also part of Inception.
I don't think it's underrated. I think
Catch Me If You Can is even more underrated. That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That is
I agree.
Such a great.
I'm about to go to bat for Inception. I know where you were saying like it needs more structure. I think
it's structured.
I think it's structured. It's pretty structured. But the reason why it may not be that structured is because it's based off of dreams. When have you ever had a dream that was fucking structured? And it may be a cop out. It may be a cop out, and I'll take that. But like,
I don't think it's meant to be structured.
No, it's meant to be chaos.
It's
like
meant
a
to
dream.
be kind of a mindfuck.
Yeah.
Then I guess
that's
I
exactly
just
kind of like Shutter Island. It's meant to be a mindfuck.
That's fair.
Because
I guess I
still
enjoyed,
don't know if he's fucking crazy or not.
True.
Is he the villain? Is he the protagonist? We don't know.
I enjoyed Shutter Island more so than Inception.
Yeah. I will agree with AJ in the fact that the first time I saw Shutter Island and the first time I saw Inception, I enjoyed Shutter Island more.
But I've only seen Shutter Island once. I watched Inception 3 times.
Shutter Island, to me, got better the more I watched it. Because
You mean Inception?
no, I mean Shutter Island.
Well, I've only seen that once.
Dude, it was.
And I liked it better the first time than the third time I've seen it.
Watch it again, and it's even better. Because you're going to pick up on things you're like, oh. Because once you know that he's the crazy guy.
So you're going the opposite direction I expected you to go. You're saying Shutter Island is better than Inception.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
I thought you were going to say the opposite. Oh, okay. Well, I like I said,
I think Inception's better personally.
No, I think Shutter Island.
I tried it 3 times, bro, and I just could not get into it. But Shutter Island.
Knowing AJ, I feel like AJ would prefer Shutter Island better as well. If I were to guess what he would like better, if he were to watch both movies 5 times, I think he would say Shutter Island.
Well, you guess right.
Okay. I believe we have one more.
We don't have any more of the elimination style, but we do have a lot of overrated, underrated.
Okay.
But before we got into that, we actually have a list here from Barstool Sports. I don't know if you guys are you guys into game shows at all, or were you into game shows back when they were super popular?
I will say that when it was on TV, I didn't change the channel.
Yeah, they're super
They're entertaining.
Were you into game shows?
Game shows, only the hilarious Japanese game shows is the only one.
Okay, so no. I like to test my intelligence.
Yeah.
That's why I liked them.
I like to watch people dressed as a hamburger slip and fall into the water.
You like hentai and big boobs and tentacle porn.
Hentai, thank you.
Sorry.
But yes.
Okay.
apologize.
Well, we can go on to something else then, because if you guys don't really have much on this, but
Hamburger dudes falling into the river, that's pretty funny.
well, as far as we won't cover this too much, but as far as
Are we ranking
Barstools, well, Barstool has theirs ranked. Number
All right,
1
let's
is
see.
Jeopardy.
Okay, you're talking
Number
about Jeopardy.
2 is
All
Price is Right. 3 is Family Feud. 4 is Wheel of Fortune. 5 is Double Dare.
Honestly,
I think Double Dare, isn't that the Nickelodeon show?
I'm going to go out and say I agree with these rankings.
I'm going to go off a limb here and say I completely disagree with these rankings. Because if you're not putting Family Feud at number 1, what are we doing here?
Now,
We're looking for, if you're
who's
looking
the
for...
host?
Oh, we're talking Steve Harvey, bro. Come on.
Okay, well then I'm gonna move Family Feud to number 2.
You still think Jeopardy's number 1?
Yeah.
I think Jeopardy is a good game. It's a good game show.
What about
But
Who
to
Wants
me,
to Be
it's
a
like-
Millionaire?
That's a good one.
That I think
Fuck, that's a
not
good
on
one.
there.
Yeah, that's
a
fucking
good
good,
one, bro.
I think that first of all,
Dude, do you
Double
remember-
Dare
do you
is out of
remember-
there.
do you
Can we
remember-
eliminate Double Dare? Because
Yes.
that
Oh,
fucking
we can
sucks.
do our own fucking list.
All right,
bro.
yeah.
Double Dare's
all the
out.
same,
Double Dare's
except
out.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and make your own number.
Dude, fucking Deal or No Deal? Am I the only one that watched that back
I
in the day?
No, I like it.
Dude.
Let's.
I've never seen it.
Okay, so
Okay.
here's me. I'll go first. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go and take the reins on this one.
Do you remember fucking Double Whammy? Fucking Whammy?
I'm gonna go honestly. I think Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is my favorite. Number 1.
That was a good one.
It's better than
Jeopardy,
Jeopardy.
number 2.
Damn.
Family Feud number 3. Fortune number 4. Price is Right number 5. Elijah.
For me, number 1, got to be off the rip, Family Feud. Number 2, Price is Right. 3, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Actually, you know what? I take that back. Number 1, Family Feud. Number 2, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Okay, better.
Number 3, Price is Right. Number 4, Jeopardy. Number 5, Deal or No Deal.
Okay.
Is my personal opinion. I like Jeopardy. It's got, it's iconic as hell. I won't deny that. It's super iconic. I just think that as far as like Jeopardy goes, I think a lot of the stuff they ask people is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
This shit, like nobody fucking knows this shit.
Yeah.
I think with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, it's more relatable, the questions that they ask people.
Yeah.
It might be somewhat ridiculous, but it's more or less it's more intellectual
Random.
questions. It's more intellectual questions than Jeopardy, where Jeopardy's just straight up trivia.
Yeah.
Is my opinion.
So my opinion is actually going to be verbatim the same as yours, except I keep going back and forth between Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Family Feud.
Dude, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is definitely better.
Dude, between
Now,
one and two.
classic,
Well,
dude.
You
here's
also got to think, the host, I will say this, the host of Family Feud, way better.
Yeah.
so
Way better.
that,
No question.
honestly,
Entertaining as hell.
here,
No
I
question.
guess it depends on what you're looking for. Comedy, Family Feud.
Yes, agreed.
Without a doubt.
Entertainment
Yeah.
outside of comedy, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That's it.
Relatable, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Comedy, Family Feud.
Yep,
For sure.
exactly.
Okay.
There's got to be the top two for
Yep.
me at least.
Yeah, all three.
So we can agree that Family Feud and Who Wants to Be a Millionaire are top two.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, cool. Are we doing the anime?
We can.
But gorillas, though.
It's got to be Grizzly
All right,
Bear.
it's got to be.
It's got to be
gorillas.
Grizzly Bear.
All right.
Okay, so
we have
you're-
to disagree on something.
If
You're
so-
Army and not Marine Corps. Yeah.
Marine Corps.
Okay,
Can't even
so
spell right.
on to our next section. We're gonna do a overrated, underrated. It's a new segment that we've been doing. I don't know if we'd even call it new. It's now like the third time that we've done it, I believe.
Yeah.
We initially thought maybe doing an overrated, underrated just on anime in general, but we decided, maybe do some subcategories. So for the first one, overrated, underrated, Naruto. And are we talking straight Naruto, or are we talking about all of Naruto?
So that's the thing. Is
I say we're talking about all Naruto.
Let's just go Naruto and Naruto Shippuden and leave it there. Because Boruto, honestly, fuck it.
I haven't even tried it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Who gives a shit?
Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, that's the only thing that matters.
That's-
All right.
Agreed.
So
Well, you
Naruto,
both know that I've only dabbled in both of those.
It's fine.
Yeah. So it's hard.
Overrated.
It's
Off
like
the rip.
me
Both of them overrated.
With
Off the rip, both overrated. They don't hold a light to other things like Dragon Ball Z.
I think it's better.
I think it's way better.
I
I
agree.
think it's way better.
I think it's way better. But here's the thing. So we both agree that it's way better, but we disagree on why. I think the original Naruto is better than Naruto Shippuden. Because I just think I understand it's geared towards a younger audience. I was younger when I watched it. I understand all that. I still think it's underrated. Naruto in general is underrated, but I think the original Naruto is better than Naruto Shippuden. I have also watched, not all the way through. I watched Naruto all the way through, Naruto Shippuden like a lot of the way through. I love them both, but I think the original Naruto is great. Naruto Shippuden is also great, but not as great. And then Dragon Ball Z is good. What are
Well, we
doing
haven't
here?
gotten to them yet, but I just threw them out there.
So,
Okay,
wait, are we just
okay,
doing
for me-
Naruto
okay.
overall? Just Naruto?
Naruto right now.
Okay.
Right now
Naruto
for
and
me.
Naruto
so
Shippuden.
no, I'll say this. Both of you know, I've only been dabbling in both. Right. I put Naruto as overrated only in the sense of, yes, it's a good show. I'm not going to say it's not a good show. I think it's overrated, though, because of what you just said, the nostalgia factor. You watch it with the rose-tinted goggles and rose-tinted glasses, whatever.
That's
you
fair.
think it's better. Just also, the same thing can be said about Dragon Ball Z, you know?
Yeah.
But I will say, I will give that more of a... I think it's overrated. I also think Shippuden is a little bit overrated just because I'm not I like Naruto, but I'm not huge into it. I think Shippuden may be less overrated because if people really think it's as good as it is, it's a more newer show. It has less nostalgia tied to it. So I can
it's not as good.
So I can.
My
That's fair, but I feel like when people say that it gets so good, whatever, I can respect that a little bit more just because there's less nostalgia tied to it.
Yeah.
But for me, I still think they're both overrated.
I'm going to say that I didn't even watch an episode of Naruto until I was 24 years old. So there's no nostalgia in it for me because I was already a full grown adult,
Right.
and
We were kids playing ninja together.
We were.
When I was watching.
But I never watched it.
That's weird.
Then.
Sexy jutsu.
So, that's why I think it's so good is because I don't even have a nostalgic factor for me. And it's still, as a full-grown adult, was deeply invested into the storyline. And I think it provided storyline, character development, graphics, detail.
So let me ask
character development. It has everything, and I have I've watched it repeatedly, both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. So I put it as. It's hard to say
Even with
overrated because I feel like most people already like it.
Yeah, it's highly.
It is
touted,
highly so.
you know?
I don't want to say it's overrated. I say it's rated where it needs
Properly.
to be.
Properly
I think
rated.
it's
Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I think it's
'Cause
rated
I think it's amazing.
properly.
But most people think it is too. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
feel
wait,
like
let me ask you this: when did you first watch the original Naruto?
I was like 24.
I feel like I thought you hadn't even seen it since like now.
No, dude.
You watched it back in like
talking
20.
about-
It was
You're
when I was
thinking about
dating-
me.
Dude, it was when I was dating Evie.
I'm thinking of you.
You're thinking about me.
It's
I
when
think
I
I'm
was
getting
dating
you two
Evie.
mixed
It's when I was
up. Yeah,
dating
okay.
Evie. She was like, "You have to watch the show." I was like, "Ugh." And I started. I was like,
Yeah, and they had the fucking like Junin exams and all
"Shooting
that.
exams, fucking baller." The Sasuke retrieval arc,
Yeah.
Still not that great.
dude.
Okay.
Rock
okay.
Lee
What's the
fighting
next
all
Dragon,
them.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball
anyway.
Z.
Okay,
Me
Dragon Ball Z.
personally,
Also
me,
great.
me personally,
So good.
I think it's great. I think it's awesome. As a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, I have nothing against saying this. I think we've actually talked about this before, maybe on the podcast. I think we have, for sure. I think it's a little bit overrated. I think it's a great show. It's iconic as fuck. It's one of the first animes in the that came to the United States that a lot of other animes didn't necessarily build off of that, but as far as like popularity in the United States,
You're right.
they definitely
Yeah.
did.
It was one of the earlier.
So there's like a lot
successful.
of a lot of hysteria around it. Like it was like
Started
holy shit!
with
Like it was the
DBZ,
first thing
right.
ever. So
Dragon
in
Ball.
that sense of it, I think it's a little bit overrated. I love the show. I think it's amazing. I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z, and I love Dragon Ball Super. We won't talk about Dragon Ball GT because it sucked, but as far as like the actual story arc that actually goes by what the creators wrote, I think it's a great show, but I do think it's a little bit overrated.
Can I take the reins on
Go
this
ahead.
one? So, just following what you said, I agree on almost everything. I think Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super are both okay. I think Dragon Ball Z is amazing. And I agree with you saying it's overrated, even though it's amazing. It's an amazing show. I think Dragon Ball Z is what I grew up watching. Dragon Ball Z,
I think
Cell Saga, so the Saiyan Saga, what was it? Cell Saga.
Cell Saga, Boo Saga.
No.
Frieza, Cell, Boo.
Yeah.
The Saiyan,
Frieza,
Cell. Saiyan, Frieza, Cell sagas are what I grew up on.
And
Boo
Boo was the last
I
one
didn't even
in
like
Dragon Ball
Boo
Z.
Saga, but still liked it more so.
Boo was iconic.
I love
Boo
Boo.
was great.
I 100%.
Regardless,
That's
great,
when a lot of
amazing
the
anime. But I want to say fairly rated, but just based on all the shit I see online, I gotta say overrated just because.
I
I'm
think-
gonna agree.
I think
I'm gonna
it's-
say overrated.
It's
I
just,
think
it's so good,
for
but
me-
it's just over.
and
hyped.
one thing that I didn't say, one of the things that I think is a negative for Naruto for me, that is also a negative for me for Dragon Ball Z, is the amount of fucking filler episodes. There's way too many fucking episodes.
Yes.
Like
Yup.
there are amazing.
Agreed.
There are so many filler episodes, and there are so many filler episodes that have amazing parts in them.
Yeah.
But 90% of the fucking episode is bullshit until literally 5 minutes of the episode. And you're like, holy
Yeah.
shit, that's awesome. But like, oh my God, I just wasted fucking 25 minutes of this 30-minute episode.
Yeah.
Like, I think Naruto specifically maybe not Shippuden, but Naruto specifically.
Dragon Ball Z is more so like that.
It is, but I think they both have that.
Oh yeah, they do. They do,
and that's more or less an anime thing in general. Unless you're into more of the more modern ones, I feel like there's way less.
Yeah, I think it's like an anime thing for that time frame.
For that time frame, because and the reason was because people would come home. People would come home from school. People would come home from work, whatever, and they would watch the
one
show
small thing
every single day. Well, they would come and they would watch the show every single day.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas like we're more modern animes. Or just modern shows in general. There's less stuff because you can just watch it all in one sitting.
So I think we're all in agreement. DBZ, slightly overrated.
Slightly overrated.
Yeah,
I'll admit it.
Okay. Next one.
Let's see.
And we did Naruto.
Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan. Oh, okay.
I'd say properly rated. I think it doesn't have as much clout as it should. I know it has a shit ton. There's a lot of people that absolutely love it and they are obsessed with it. I'm not necessarily one of those people. When it first came out and I watched it, yes, I was obsessed with it. I liked it a lot. But I'll be honest, it's been years for me to be excited for a new season or a new episode to come out. I think for me personally, it's properly rated because it's very hyped, but also a lot of people don't know about it. A lot of people haven't seen it.
So I'm kind of the opposite for you because I've heard of it and everyone said it was the best anime of all time. And I just binge watched literally every season that's been out until the end, 1 through 4.
The fact that you binge it says something.
I was gonna say there's something about not even anime but any show that comes out. When watching episode to episode, it makes anything better.
True. To be fair though, I did try it years ago. And I got bored.
Years ago.
I was probably a quarter or a third of the way through season 1, and I just didn't get into it. And then someone else convinced me to get into it, and I eventually, and then by the time I actually tried it, binged it, I was like, all right, fine. They just came out with the last season, I'll just fucking binge it. And I watched the whole fucking thing. And it was interesting. But it doesn't even come close to Naruto or Dragon Ball Z or any of the other main animes I can think of. And I just, it was entertaining, but people I talk to about it say that it's better than Dragon Ball, it's better than Naruto, it's better than any of the other animes ever, and I
would say better than Dragon Ball Z. I would say not better than Naruto.
Yeah, most people I talk to,
I would rank it number 2.
Most people I've talked to say it's literally number 1, so I have to say overrated because it's. I'd say it's less than that.
I think it doesn't do as good of a job as Dragon Ball Z or Naruto as in enveloping you into that universe.
It's good. It is good. It is.
I think the storytelling is good. I just don't think they envelop you into the story as much as you do with Dragon Ball Z. Like to me, when I was a kid, dude, Goku was a real motherfucking person.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean? But fucking Eren from fucking Attack on Titan, it's an anime.
It is,
you know what I mean?
Storyline, but it's not a fucking motherfucker.
Naruto might as well have been a fucking person, to other people. You know what I mean? They enveloped you, and it may be another nostalgia factor. It may have be another nostalgia factor, but the fact of the matter is I don't think that they envelop you into the universe as much. Even though they have a really good storyline, it's not.
They tried hard, and you can tell, but it's just not as good.
Well, the thing is with Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, it's more relatable in the sense of when Goku was a kid, oh my god, that could have been anybody. That could have been, you're not an alien, but that could have been anybody. Naruto, that could have been any kid. That could have been your friend. Goku could have been a friend of mine. You know what I mean?
But it's just
we don't live in a fucking society where there are fucking giants running around eating people. It
was also just more entertaining to watch, in my opinion.
I think Attack on Titan has a lot of shock factor into it as well.
It tried.
The first time I watched it, Attack on Titan, and the first time I saw, spoiler, whenever his mom gets fucking eaten, I was like, holy shit. That's a shock. You were not expecting that to happen.
Yeah, there were moments, but there are shows that are not good that have those moments.
I think,
and one of them is more of a hentai. What is it? The high school of the
You talk-
Dead, High School of the Dead.
Yeah.
There's a moment in High School of the Dead that has that moment more so than any other anime I've seen, and it's amazing. But it's one moment. You don't have the other. You don't have any storyline behind it.
I appreciated the militaristic aspect of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
You know,
but
that's what really drew me in. Is like, I mean, they essentially go through a basic training,
boot camp,
recruit process,
right?
Picking a job or an MOS.
Yeah. They did have that.
You know, so
they do make it realistic in that point.
I appreciated the militaristic aspect.
And consider our community.
It is relatable in that sense.
It was realistic in the sense that if there was a fallout in
something like that
modern
happens,
society, we would.
I could see myself doing that as
with
well.
Because you have to,
and you can see the
protect the homeland, but you also have to scout the outside realm,
right?
And then all the
so what are you thinking?
Framework.
I'm thinking rated where it needs to be.
I think it is too.
Attack on
I think
Titan,
there's not enough people that know about it yet. I think if there was more people that knew about it,
vastly overrated.
Vastly overrated.
Attack on Titan, I think, is overrated more so than anything. As far as overrated,
I think
underrated,
if you truly
I find
say
it hard
it's
to
the
believe
best,
that you find something vastly overrated that you also binge watched.
I know I binge watched it because it's super famous and I had nothing.
Well,
if
people say
it's not
the
bad.
best, if you're gonna sit there and say it's the best anime ever, yes, it's overrated. Because if you're gonna say that it's overrated, I think it's a great anime. I think that more people should watch it, and if more people watched it and everybody acclaimed it as the best anime, then for sure it'd be overrated. I just don't think it's known of. I don't think it's as
put it
known
this
yet.
way. If someone's looking into
it's
anime,
definitely not as cultural,
and they've already seen all the good ones, I'd recommend it. But there's so many things I would recommend before this. It's just it's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but the thing is, with everyone I've talked to about it, they always talk about it being the best anime. Everyone talks about it being the best anime.
It's so hard to call something the best of anything when it doesn't have a true cultural shock. Yeah. Especially like in the Western world that these animes have had. Like, if I ask my dad, he's never watched an anime. If I asked him if he had heard of Dragon Ball Z, he'd say yes. If I asked my dad if he knew what Naruto was, he'd say yes, or he'd heard of it. Right? He may not know anything about it, but he's heard of Naruto. If I asked him if he knew anything about Attack on Titan, he has no idea.
I'm different on that. When I talk to someone in the community, if I ask them if they've heard of Attack on Titan, they're more likely to have heard of it than... Alright, about the same as Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Attack on Titan, I would say about even. As far as likelihood of them hearing about it.
I disagree, but I have to pee so bad. So what do y'all think about Death Note? You think it's overrated, underrated, properly rated? Me personally, I'm a big Death Note fan. I know there's a lot of people out there that really tout it as... I think there's a lot of people out there that actually say it's the best anime of all time. There's a lot of people out there that say that.
I'm one of them right now, here.
You could be. I think it's a great one. I think it's one of those... I think it's a starter anime, if I'll be honest. I think it's one of those that you tell somebody, like, if you know somebody that's never watched anime before, I think that's one of those that's on the list that's like, here you go, watch this.
I agree.
But there's not a lot, and the reason why I say this is because it's got a great storyline, it's not super long, and there's not a shit ton of filler episodes. I feel like every episode of Death Note is proper. You know what I mean? There's not very much filler.
I would say it's a good starter anime because there's more than just the anime, right? There's more than just what the anime culture would expect, and it hooks you. Once you start getting into it, you realize that there's a lot of it's the intellectual aspects of it. People who like psychological thrillers, things that
for sure.
Yeah, a lot of psychological.
That's what it is. It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of it throws you into some scenarios that are just so complex, and it's really well thought out. I personally I think it's underrated. I think it's amazing. I think it's one of the best, and I think it's underrated.
I think it is one of the best, and like I said, it's one of the ones that you tell people to watch if they've never watched anime before. That's one of the first ones that you have to watch because I think what a lot of people think of when they think of anime, they think of like high school girls and Dragon Ball Z shooting lasers and shit. Where it's not necessarily
so
that.
Not
it's
that.
It's so not that
different.
at all. It's probably top 5 or even higher plot lines.
Honestly, if I had to pick, it's between that and Naruto for me. Between one.
But they're so different, though. You know.
They're very different. Very different. But
I mean, I know Naruto gets more serious, but it's not. I mean, Death Note's pretty serious like the entire time, but and I know something like that's not everybody's cup of tea. But I feel like it's not so serious that if you watched it, you wouldn't be like, "Holy shit, this is a drag," you know. Like, it's more or less interesting than anything.
Yeah. If I had to pick number one, it would either be Naruto or Death Note for sure.
So, do you think what do you think? Overrated, underrated?
Oh, underrated for sure.
I agree with you. I think it's underrated. It's a great show. I think that if you have never watched anime before, if I had to tell you one to watch, it would be that. And that hurts me because, like I said, I love Dragon Ball Z. I would tell anybody go watch Dragon Ball Z. It's a great show, but damn, there are so many filler episodes.
Yeah, it takes a long time.
It takes commitment.
You can look up the filler episodes and skip them.
You can, but if you're trying to get somebody into anything, you're not going to be like, hey, skip these episodes. If somebody told me, hey, watch Ozark, but skip these episodes, I'd be like, well, I'm not watching it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather than just be like, watch Ozark or
and that's
watch
the same way with
any other
Attack
Netflix
on
show.
Titan. Attack on Titan is
There's
awesome.
no filler.
Yeah.
There is actually
Not really.
Not that much though. Comparatively so. It is an anime.
Comparatively,
not like Naruto where there's like
no
100
Dragon Ball Z
only
is
100 of 5, like 20% of Naruto is filler.
even more so with Dragon Ball Z, I'd say.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is the worst.
It is the worst.
I mean, I won't say that it's not. It probably is.
It is the worst.
It's one of the worst of the most popular.
I don't know an anime that has a worst filler count than
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can
At
literally
least not
skip
the-
an entire episode and not really miss anything.
I think you'd be surprised that there's so many other not as good animes with just as many filler episodes. But,
Oh no, I'm not surprised at all.
You
but
know.
at least the only reason it's so good is because the storyline is good enough to just be like, all right, you can watch every other episode and
still understand what's going on. Entirely.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
yeah, and it's still gonna keep you fascinated.
Out of the top 10, I will say, out of whoever's top 10, it definitely has the most filler out of any anime in the top 10, no matter whose list.
The original question though, Death Note, one of my top 2, I'd say.
Did you watch the live action
I did.
show on Netflix?
I did.
I did.
Don't bother. It not bad. Just not.
Not for me.
A lot of people didn't like it a
Just
lot.
don't.
A lot of people really didn't like it.
Anime's better.
I'll
Just
tell
watch
you
the
this.
anime.
It's definitely not as good as the original, but you know, if you're
Just
fucking
don't bother.
bored, go ahead and watch it, I guess. But there's
I
so much better
watched it.
stuff to watch, though.
Exactly.
Like, don't watch it.
I
in that
watched
sense,
it.
You know,
I watched it, but just watch the anime. Just
you watched
watch
it because
the
you love the
just watch
original
the
show.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the only reason. And honestly, probably that's the only reason why I like it.
If I never watched the show, I would be like, "What?"
Probably not
fuck
like it at all. So
yeah, exactly. So
what do you
just
think?
watch the show.
Keaton, overrated, underrated, properly rated?
I'm borderline. I'll give it.
I feel like we swayed your opinion a little bit.
No. I do agree with what AJ said and the fact that if you're trying to get somebody onto anime, Death Note is easy to follow.
Have you watched it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've watched the whole thing. Death Note is easy to follow. It's got a good storyline. I would say I think I would like Death Note a lot better had I not seen the other animes we've talked about. I can't rank it higher than any anime we've talked about so far, but I will give it adequately rated.
Okay.
Okay. So I know that we're going on to the next topic here in general, but I have one more overrated, underrated that I feel like needs to be asked here when we're talking about all these. And it may not even be an overrated, underrated. What are your thoughts on dub versus sub?
Ooh, that's a good one, bro.
No, it's not. It's easy. Dub.
Dub all day
Dub
long.
all day long.
I think it's dub all day long.
No.
No.
Do you speak
All right.
fucking
Dub.
Japanese?
So
I don't
here's
at
the
all.
I'm biased. I took Japanese, but the thing is, I usually go with dub because I'm multitasking.
100%.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm multitasking every show I watch.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
playing a video game or talking to someone or something, so I'm always looking away. So dub. But if I'm just looking at the screen, subbed all day long. And in some cases,
So you would prefer to read instead of watch a show?
I can.
No,
I can
what I
re-
just
Because
said-
that's what you're doing.
Yes.
No, what I just said
100%.
was the
You might as well be reading
might as well be
a
reading a
manga
book.
or whatever.
what I just said was to not read it, to hear it. I said dub.
No, I'm just saying what you did just say was you don't hate sub, which is asinine.
What I'm about to get to is if I'm watching it and just watching it, would prefer sub. Yeah.
You can't. Okay, can I tell you something?
Yes.
Here's a fact. You can't watch an anime and
And
read
read, yeah.
subtitles at the same time. It is physically impossible. You can see peripheral of what's going on,
Yeah.
but you cannot watch and read at the same time.
If
I agree.
you're good enough at the language and you can figure out what's going on,
Nope.
context
Still
of the
can't do both.
situation, you can. And if you're actually focused on the show, it is so much better because it depends on the show. Some shows, they invest in the dub enough to where it doesn't fucking matter. Have you ever watched Inuyasha and gone
No.
back and forth?
No.
Okay, try it. Right? When I was a kid, I watched Inuyasha dubbed, and I was fine with it. English, no subtitles. I was fine with it. Right? As an adult, I watched it again. It was fine, kind of. Switched it because I was in school for Japanese, and I switched it back. There's no going back, bro. It's cringy as fuck.
I think me personally.
I'm not articulating very well on this, but sometimes it's just so hard.
Well,
Go back on it.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Cheers.
Chicken.
20
Okay.
minutes, you
Yeah.
said? Yeah.
Pull them out. Oh, watch out. Okay, you're good. No, so I understand what you're saying in the sense of the dub. So I love the dub just because of like anytime I watch a show, like a lot of the times I'm multitasking. I'm doing this, that, the other. I'm looking at my phone. Somebody's texting me. Somebody's calling me. I'm looking at fucking TikTok. You know, I can sit there and listen to the show in the background, right, and still understand exactly what's going on. Whereas with the sub, I can't necessarily do that. Me personally, I don't know Japanese like that. And it's not even anime, really. I remember with Narcos, when that came out on Netflix,
Narcos, yeah.
it's all in Spanish. I'm pretty decent at talking to people in Spanish. I'm pretty decent at understanding people in Spanish. But when I'm sitting there texting or something,
Yeah.
and with context, I can understand people. But I'm sitting there texting, I have no idea what they just said. So I have to go back and I have to rewind it and be like, okay,
Yeah.
let me read what they just said.
Yeah, even
You know?
even though I spent years, and I'm almost at some point, not anymore, at some point I was almost fluent in Japanese, and I can't. You have to pay attention.
I
to what's
was
going
I
on.
was the same way in Spanish, but even with like Narcos,
Yeah, there's no
like
point.
I can't
You
even
have to-
I can't understand what's going on really at all. like I used to work with a lot of Spanish-speaking people, and me and them could communicate literally just like you and I are right now.
Right.
But if I didn't talk to that person, or if they didn't dumb down their Spanish realistically,
watch.
I'd have
You
to
have to
watch
watch.
with context to understand.
Yep.
So I understand what you're saying, though, with the sub is that the way that the language is spoken and the
depends on the show.
emotions that people, the way that sometimes it doesn't translate, right? Because I remember watching Dragon Ball Super.
Also, some shows, sometimes they hire actors and whatever who are good, and sometimes they hire some who are bad. So Inuyasha, for instance, when I was a kid, I just watched it. I was fine with it. But then when I went to Japanese and back, I realized Inuyasha specifically was so bad. I literally could not watch the show anymore. Ruined it. I literally could not watch it in English anymore.
My one experience for me where I thought that sub may be superior to dub was whenever Dragon Ball Super first came out, and that was back in like 2015, 2016, right? I remember when it first came out in Japan, and it took them months, I think literally even a year, for the English dub episodes to come out. I remember watching Vegeta, I remember watching Goku speak and fucking go Super Saiyan in Japanese. Dude, it is way more fucking intense in Japanese than it is in English, right?
Right.
But I'll tell you right now, is that where that's so intense and how awesome that was, if I went to go watch it again, I would not watch it in sub, right? Like, it was so much more emotional, and I could understand the emotions of the characters, whatever, but as far as an entertainment standpoint, there's no way in hell that I'm going back and listening to that in Japanese whenever I can listen to it in English.
I'm with Elijah. I can understand people who prefer sub.
So I'm biased.
I get it. I do get it. Like, I mean, he pretty much laid it out.
I'm biased because
as to why sub can be
multiple semesters of Japanese.
Let's talk about the majority of people. We're not talking people who are fucking balls deep in Japanese
I definitely do not
culture.
recommend sub.
So I
for
spent
people who have
multiple
zero Japanese
semesters
intellect whatsoever.
of Japanese, and I spent years of my life learning Japanese. Even if I didn't, though, I remember just watching and reading, and it was so much more intense if that's all you're doing. But that's the thing, is our attention span is so short.
So given that,
if that's fact,
that plays a role, AJ, because that is our society.
So here, let me explain to you here. So I'm explaining that is the case, but I just subscribed to Funimation recently. I just told you that. And the only reason I subscribe to them and not Crunchyroll is because Crunchyroll is more sub and Funimation
so
is
even
more...
you are more dub.
Exactly. Because I'm always multitasking. So I agree with that.
Let's say...
I'm always watching sub.
Can we agree...
Or dub, rather.
Can we agree? More often than not all the time, but more often than not, given American culture...
If I was fluent in Japanese...
Nobody is fluent in Japanese in fucking
If
America.
you were fluent in Japanese, you wouldn't need a subtitle.
You don't need that shit.
But even if I was...
Dub is way more entertaining.
Is better.
It's way more entertaining.
It's better.
I can't say that.
We can all
If
agree.
I was 100% fluent, no.
Okay.
Way in hell.
Okay, here,
But
I can solve this right now.
I'm not. Therefore, it's better dubbed because I multitask.
Well,
I'm going to make it black and...
If I was 100% fluent, then absolutely no way in
I'm going to make it
hell
black
I
and
would
white.
be dubbed.
Right now, your current state, no outside factors. Right now, for the rest of your life, you can only watch dub or only watch sub. Pick one now.
Dub.
Okay.
Because I'm not
Dub.
fluent. If
Fact.
I was fluent...
You wouldn't need, but you wouldn't, if you were fluent, you wouldn't need them. So,
True.
Elijah,
If you were fluent, you wouldn't need
Elijah,
sub.
you're
Dub.
dub.
If I spoke both
wins.
languages, I would pick Japanese because it's so much fun.
That's fine, but you don't.
God, it's so hard to explain. Whatever.
I understand what you're saying.
I get what you're saying. I do.
I pretty much.
Some shows suck in English because they can't find people to
accurately portray what the intentional artist.
Some are good at doing.
Yeah,
it.
What we're looking at is the broad spectrum.
Then absolutely.
And what I was saying earlier pretty much harkens into that. That whenever I watched Dragon Ball Super, and I watched it in Japanese with the sub, like there was no more intense of a moment when Goku was going Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan God than when he was doing that in Japanese. But if I went to go back and watch it again, I would never do that, right? And the reason why it was so great when I first watched it was because that was the exact way that the animators, the writers, everybody had intended it to be digested, was in Japanese, right? So that is the art form, and its most sole point was to I ingested it the way that they intended it, but it is entirely more entertaining when I don't have to read a book and watch.
AJ, I will say this: emotionally speaking, sub better.
For sure.
I fucking hate
again,
sub.
I
emotionally,
always. That's the reason I have my subscription to the other party. But if you have the attention span to watch and listen and read,
but
it's
you know who
better.
does? It's such a small.
Nobody's going to, right?
Right. So.
I don't.
Right. So that being said. It's
I'm saying it's
essentially.
I'm saying it's
out.
It's
out.
better.
It's dubbed for days.
It's out. Sub is out.
Sub is better.
Sub is out.
But we're not using it. Is my point. It's
I would say
better.
if I gave the entire United States population the question I gave you, black or white, 98% of them would choose dub. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Will Smith.
All right. To transition a little bit here. Earlier on this series of Bricked Up, an episode, I guess, probably 2 or 3, 4 episodes before.
Wasn't here.
Earlier.
Was not here.
Old Keaton was not here. But we were here to actually see and witness the day of, or maybe the day after, when Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. And I just saw today on TikTok where there was an interview with Will Smith, and he is doing his apology to Chris Rock and his family and others. And this is the video here, and we're just going to kind of more or less react.
2 minutes here.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris,
fuzzy like his wife's
and
hair.
the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man. And this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
Okay, so what that video was, it was a video from Will Smith's TikTok account, and what's y'all's opinions on that? But me personally, if it seemed heartfelt, to be honest, you know. I mean, I think he has to be heartfelt about an apology at this point, just to save his career. But even outside of that, and including that, whatever he may have to say that, I think it's heartfelt, though. I believe him. He is an actor, though. Let's be real.
I mean, at this point, I think money is less important than his reputation. I think he has to say something like that. But given his reputation, to me, I'm inclined to believe him.
Yeah. I mean, is it too little, too late?
I love him.
He just said it himself. He's been thinking about it for 3 months. Holy shit.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. Is it too little, too late? I mean,
was he nervous? Why did it take so long?
I mean, and it's very embarrassing.
But it's Will Smith. I love the guy. Yeah. I can't not.
Everybody loves Will Smith, dude.
I can't.
He was like and I think he's still like the #1 TikTok account.
Like if it was most people, I'd say, you know? Fuck him. I don't give a shit. But it's Will Smith. I love the guy. I can't. It's just my personal bias. I can't help but just love the guy. I want to believe him, I want to respect him, and I want to forgive him. But that's not my place.
I think there's a lot of, and I hate to say this, but I think there's a lot of mental health issues going on in this whole entire scenario of where, and I'm not trying to make this as an excuse for him, but I'm just saying I think that there's just a lot of stuff that goes on behind closed doors. And that he's been in the limelight his entire life, and not just him, but his wife and his kids, and like literally his entire life, and everybody that he knows has been in the limelight. Everybody fucks up. It's a major fuck up. I don't know. It's hard to say for me. Like I said, it's easy for him to say that and seem authentic. We've seen hundreds of movies with him seeming authentic. It's hard to believe. It's really hard to believe an actor, you know what I mean? It seemed...
It's his job to lie.
I feel like he said all the right things, at the very least.
Yeah, but that's his job.
It may be, like I said, it may be a little bit too late for that.
Yeah, but think about when he was a kid. He lied as a kid.
I try to think of it myself. Like, if there was something that happened that was that bad that I did, once that happened, he probably just... And I'm not saying for him, but like you may have even pushed in the back of his mind or anything. Like it's hard to, when something that fucking bad happens, and especially when the entire earth is looking at you.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be in jail for months.
Yeah, I mean, of course, yes, me, a regular person, but I mean, like, if you do something like that and everybody on earth is judging you, literally, we are sitting here talking about somebody that we've never met before, never will meet. You said you love him, and he doesn't even know your name. That's how much pull his name and his likeness has.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine the amount of pressure he has under him.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So, Will Smith, let's see. I'm going to approximate it here. 30-year career so far? Mid-90s?
I'd say 90s.
Late 90s. Really start
very late
35.
80s. Very
Fresh
late.
Prince of Bel-Air to Men in Black
very
1,
late. Very late 80s. Like the end of the 80s.
Okay, let's just
call
it 9. Let's call it 30 years.
90s.
Let's call it a 30-year career.
40?
30. Not 80s. Not 80s.
Yeah. The very end of the 80s. Let's just say 90s. So 30-year career.
Okay. So, in all his time, to my knowledge, there's never been a single dramatic event to that magnitude involving him until... I'm sorry, not even until. They've all incorporated his wife.
You're not wrong at all.
Can I say
I was
this?
thinking that. I was wondering if you were
As
going to
a
say.
man, Will Smith, I love him. I respect him. His movies are great. He's had a fantastic career. I got nothing bad to say about his career, his skills as an actor. He had a mishap. You know, people make mistakes, but he's a cuck.
Yeah.
His wife,
Yeah, no, he is.
currently and in the past, fucks other dudes, and that will take a toll on a man.
Yeah.
So to carry off what Elijah said earlier, you know, the mental
The
issues
burden of that, man.
he's dealing with, knowing that I truly feel he loves his wife, but I truly feel that he knows he cannot make her happy, and that alone is tormenting him. And I think it was just kind of like a melting pot that was boiling to the top, and Chris Rock, unfortunately, was the scapegoat that had to deal with that. Do I think it's right? No. Do I think he should have gone there and slapped him? You know, if he wanted to have some words with him, fine. Fuck it. You know, if you want to say, you know, you want to scream motherfucker out to him in the middle of public, you know, people are going to forget that in 5 minutes, just words. But when you walk up there, like y'all said, in the middle of the whole earth is watching, makes it a little different. And then it is assault. He assaulted Chris Rock in the middle of a show that the entire earth essentially is watching. It's not okay. Can't forgive it. And Will Smith, being an intelligent human being, knows that. So it's hard for me to forgive an intelligent man, even knowing he's going through some shit. There's a million different things he could have done that would have been okay. But he digested what had happened. He laughed at that joke. He looked at his wife. He realized his wife was not happy about it. He digested it again. He got up. He walked 15 seconds and had 15 more seconds to think about the whole thing, and then did it. This was not a you punch me, I punch you back type deal. He had so much time to digest and determine what he wanted to do. So because of that, and because I know how smart he is and how successful he is, I don't forgive it. Sorry.
You're right.
He had too much time.
Yeah.
I
That's
forgive
true.
him. Let's be
I mean,
honest.
I forgive him, but still.
I'm not gonna not.
I'm not
just-
Chris Rock.
Hey,
I
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna.
the power to forgive
Hey,
him.
I'm not gonna not watch his
Chris
movies.
Rock is the only person who can forgive Will Smith. Nobody
Fair,
else's
for
apologies.
sure.
matter.
For sure. I think personally, you're right in that aspect. But
He's a multimillionaire. He made a mistake, and
Doesn't
people
matter.
want.
to
you can't
him,
feel
yeah.
too bad for the guy.
And you know what? Guess what? He's still going home to his multi-million-dollar mansion and his multi-million-dollar vehicles, and
Multi-million-dollar
fucking
bald wife.
Beyonce's teaching him yoga lessons,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's got
Who's fucking other
and
dudes?
he's got
Yeah.
filet mignon for dinner every night.
Do I think that what the man did was correct? Obviously, no. Do I respect what he did? Obviously, no. Do I forgive him? Yes. And what I'll say is, what you said is entirely true. But even whenever it first happened, we talked about it in the podcast, there is nothing wrong with defending your woman. I'm not saying putting your hands on another man, especially not when there's no physical violence involved at all. That's inadmissible, not excusable, whatever. I think there's a lot of shit going on behind closed doors, and where he's gotten so, his whole entire life has been underneath the microscope. I I just think that I can.
To which
Me
he chose.
personally,
To which he
he
chose.
did. He did choose, but me personally,
Mostly, not really.
You know,
He
if
was
you
so
do,
young.
if you decide
to
He
do
was too
any
young.
type of public anything,
he
whether
was a
young.
full-grown adult male before he became an actor.
That's fair.
Full-grown adult male,
That's
not
fair.
not a child star,
But
not
then
a teenage
also
star.
before
full-grown adult male.
before social media and shit kicked off like it did. To be fair, but he should have done it. But I honestly, you know what? I believe him. I think a lot of it has to do with his career, though. I think it's kind of a cop out. But what can he say? He can't sit there and say that he doesn't feel bad, you know. So I'll give him. Do I necessarily 100% believe his apology? No, not really. But I'll accept it. That's where I'm at here. So,
Yeah, I kind of agree.
You know,
I know he makes a living from lying,
yeah,
and even knowing that,
hard to believe him.
it's hard to believe him. But I agree him, or I accept.
You agree?
Yeah,
I agree him.
You accept.
I agree him.
That.
I agree him.
But like you said before, really the only person whose opinion that matters here is Chris Rock's
Can
and Chris Rock's
Can I
Rock's
ask you both
family.
of
Well,
can I ask
what
you
the
both a
fuck does
question?
Chris Rock's family has nothing to do with this? It's
Him-
Chris Rock
him-
himself.
It does.
It does. If
It
I
does.
came up and
It do-
slapped
alright,
you,
alright,
if I
you're
came up
right.
and slapped you,
You're gonna be pissed.
your dad is gonna be mad as fuck.
Well,
at
yeah,
me.
no, if
I
you're
have-
on
you have to-
national television, then his dad's gonna be pissed.
it's the
Yes.
exact same thing. There's no difference.
I agree.
Can I ask you both a question?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Who didn't see this coming? Who didn't see an apology video on social media to the whole world? Heartfelt. I'm so sorry. Listen, almost tears from a professional top A-list act who didn't see this fucking coming.
Nobody.
Fucking over it.
He did
Get
a
it
good-
out of here.
Yeah.
Fuck
He
it.
did a
I'm
good
about
job.
to Andrew Tate this shit.
Hey.
Fucking.
Andrew Tate.
It was a few
by
months
the way.
late.
I could do a whole fucking podcast on his ass.
Yeah, no,
Andrew
it was a few
Tate.
months late.
It's definitely way too late, to be honest. Like I said, I accept it, but it's too late. It's too bad, too sad, way
It's
too late.
too late,
what
but I'll tell you this: he's a good enough actor.
where it's believable.
I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I knew it was coming.
I'm
was just
convinced.
waiting for
I'm
it.
convinced.
Honestly,
I think he's going through a lot. I forgive, but
I'll put it this way.
I'm not the one who can.
I accept his apology, but I cannot wait to hear what Chris Rock finally has to say. And I'll throw Will Smith right under the bus. If fucking Chris Rock has a fucking great opinion, I'll throw his ass under the bus. I don't fucking care.
Exactly.
The
for sure.
exact same
For sure.
scenario had happened at an awards
If I
banquet for a
slap
Little League
you
tournament.
in the face, are we gonna be sitting here waiting
Nobody
on
gives a shit.
a
Absolutely
fucking
cares.
apology?
Nobody.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Nobody's gonna be waiting for your
So,
apology either.
It's not, no.
like, but
So, the only thing that makes it significant is that the entire world was watching. That's it.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
it. That's it. That's literally it.
if this had happened where there was no cameras present, do you think there would ever have been an apology?
No,
Absolutely not.
no, nope.
He would stand by what he did.
Yep. But that's also kind of
I will say this. I do
Different.
feel a little bad for Will Smith because
no me. Too.
I genuinely feel he loves his wife. I do feel that.
Yeah,
I
for
do
sure.
feel that, and I do
a
feel that
cunt,
his
though.
wife is a cunt.
Yeah.
I do feel that way, and then I do feel that he is struggling dealing with the fact that she is doing
She's
what she is
such
doing.
a cunt on a fucking
level.
worldwide platform.
Everybody knows it.
Like, holy shit, how would you actually react? Me personally, wouldn't allow
No,
it. Wouldn't allow it.
no. First of all, you're done.
You're
Bye.
done. Bye. I've got enough money. Like, if we divorce and you take half of it, it's literally doesn't change anything.
No, I'm not even divorcing you. I'm just leaving.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because guess what? If I divorce you, I
No, that's kinda fair.
If I don't divorce
kinda
you,
fair.
guess what? You don't have to give them anything. We're still married. What are you talking about?
That's fair. So we're doing a new, and I think maybe one time only. Possibly we might bring it back. It could be very entertaining. It's
Fuck.
going to be probably way more entertaining for you guys than it is for us. But we're doing a Hot Ones challenge, which is we got a big ass bag of Hot Ones chicken with a bunch of their hot sauces. And it comes with 3 hot sauces, 2 that are weak as shit, and the last one, which is the last dab.
Which is the only one we're fucking with.
We also have very hot ass hot sauce, so we may dab.
If this
that
is some
as well.
bushy shit, we're going to.
Yeah, if it's some pussy shit, we're definitely going into that. Anyway, so we're gonna play the game that was on the bag called Truth or Dab. So first off, we got a wheel here, and we have a shite ton of questions, and I'm gonna spin the wheel, and I'm going to answer the question, and if I want to answer it, I'll answer it. And if I don't want to, then I will eat the motherfucking wing. What is the longest time you've ever gone without a shower? If you don't want to answer, you can eat the fucking wing.
I can remember a week in
AJ, eat the
field
wing.
and basic training.
That's the thing is they make you take a shower though most of the time.
But I mean, we had a river, but it wasn't a shower. I'll say a week.
Poured water over it. What kind?
That's not you taking a shower. That's water being poured on you. That's the difference.
A week.
I go a week too.
Send a sext to the last person in your phone book. So that's a fucking dare. Who's the last person in your phone book?
Let's just see who it is first.
Yeah, first off, this is dangerous.
Let's just see. This might be a chicken nugget. Type
Yeah.
I don't know who this is.
Let me see it.
What does it say?
Let me see it.
It says I don't know who this is.
Are they of any importance?
No importance.
Are you gonna send him a text?
Very nice.
Are you
person.
sending them a dick pic?
Eat
or
the
you
fucking
a
chicken
There
nugget.
you go.
I'll eat it. All right.
Eat the chicken nugget. Okay. Dab it if you're not a pussy. Nice. We got one down. Okay. How's that feeling, boss? All right. Next spin. Keaton spin. It's either going to be a truth that you ask us to. He may have to eat another nug. Or a dare.
When was your all's first kiss?
I mean, okay, so tell us about your first kiss. My first kiss, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about, man. My first kiss ever, I think, was in like fucking preschool. I actually know the chick to this day. Her name was this chick that I know now. She's fucking fat as shit, fucking gargantuan.
Nice.
But if we're talking about real, what's the first kiss? You talking about high school or what?
We're talking about post-elementary school.
Post-elementary school.
So middle school still counts.
Okay, middle school.
Because you popped boners in middle school.
That's fair. That is actually very fair.
Honestly,
I think
that's
the first kiss that I had in middle school, 6th grade was a dry year. 7th grade, I had a girlfriend. How's that sauce feeling, bro?
Hot.
As fuck.
Yeah, no water.
So tell us about your first kiss, or take another fucking swigarooski.
What? Why me, bro?
Because he's asking the question.
Okay.
That's the way the game goes.
Might have mixed up the first, second, and third of the game.
What did you just say?
He's talking about the sauce. No, this is the hottest. It's truth or dab. So you either tell the truth, do the dare, or eat the hottest hot sauce.
My first real kiss was your sister.
Okay, we're about to start smashing these nugs. It's my turn.
Yeah.
I hope it's a dare because I'm just gonna fucking eat a nug.
You're asking us?
Sure.
Have I ever been genuinely scared of you? No, never. Never been genuinely scared of you.
Of you, no, because I trust you. Of you, yes.
Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and eat a nug.
Yeah.
We may just need to go back to one of our questions and then end.
Yeah. No for you,
do you
once
think?
for you.
Yeah.
The scar came from him, you piece of fuck.
Okay, we're not doing this anymore. let's grab one from the archive. Let's see. Do you want to do Marry, Fuck, Kill, Subway, Firehouse, Jimmy John's?
Well, this is fucking hot.
Fucking you up. We're just gonna keep doing the podcast. We're just gonna do like one or two more questions.
Didn't he just start out at the end? Ya bitch.
Me?
He's about to fucking eat that shit.
I just ate one. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, AJ, I'm in pain. This shit's hot.
Yeah.
I got a shitload.
Yeah.
I think we're supposed to.
AJ,
Did you do a dab? Did you do
that
the dab?
was fucking hot.
Dude, this episode has been
dude,
pain, bro. AJ took it like a champ, bro.
I know, dude.
Is that the same thing I took?
Yeah.
Oh. Have you planned this?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Did you plan this, you asshole?
Yes.
He's like, yeah, duh.
Of course. That was the whole point of bringing this shit. I'll eat one too, don't get me wrong. I'll eat one.
Dude, just take the fucking heater. Dude, I can't even think right now. That shit's so hot.
Alright, guys. So, we had to do a little bit of intermission. We tried to play the Truth or Dab game, but holy shit, that game is fucking intense.
We ate the food.
I haven't yet, though. We do have one last question before the end of the show. So everybody nowadays, we're all millennials here. Keaton's dying, and we're all millennials here, though, right?
Yeah.
Millennial, whatever. Everybody thinks growing up in the 90s is the shit.
Nah.
Everybody thinks...
I gotta put my mouth in water. I'm sorry.
So we do the outro. I'll eat one of these bastards.
You better fucking douse it, because I was in pain. I doused my dude.
Okay.
I covered it. It was not just a little scoop. I would like to say I was in genuine... Still, I was in genuine pain
You're
from
in genuine pain.
taking a full nub to the
Dude,
face.
I brought hot sauce. If you want something hotter.
Okay. Well, okay. So this is the end of the episode. We tried to do the Truth or Dab. We got demolished. We tried to do the fucking ammonia salts earlier. We got demolished.
Murdered.
We had a good episode. I have yet to get murdered by these wings. I'm going to do a fat sack of a nug here.
The full thing, yeah.
It's covered. I'm not doing that. Next time, we're doing Truth or Dab. We're doing the bomb. Thank you guys for watching. Oh God.
Yeah.
It gave me the hiccups immediately. Thank you for oh my God. Thank you for watching.
He's gonna be sucking now.
Stay bricked up.
Stay bricked up.
Bricked up.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm dead, bro. Oh. Oh my God.
Yeah. I told you.